So, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is October 15th. Halfway through October here at 9:49 here in the morning. Kind of watching the market here. Market's been on a nice little downtrend all here this morning, right until we kind of started to pop live here. Um, Starting to break above that VWAP area. The 9's still below the 20 here, but kind of watching the level 2, starting to get a lot of kind of buyers to step in the market. I want to see if we kind of come down and retest this VWAP area, maybe potentially get a lower shadow down here off the VWAP 200 moving average and kind of hold that area. If we get that 9 above the 20 moving average, definitely have some room to run here to the upside. So kind of watching this key area, trying to decide here what we're going to do based upon market conditions. Market's been on a nice little tear here in October so far. Big pullback coming in here. Again, if we hold this VWAP 200 moving average, the key is going to get that. I'm going to zoom out here just a little bit. The key is going to be getting this to hold above the VWAP and getting that 9 to cross over the 20 before I really feel comfortable kind of pulling the trigger to the long side here. And again, if this wants to pull back underneath that 200 moving average, then retest that VWAP and fail, then we definitely have a clear-cut short. So just kind of waiting for confirmation here before we pull the trigger on anything. So yesterday had a decent little day. Of course, it was very, very light volume. It was Columbus Day yesterday. It's kind of... I knew the market was really light on volume. I just thought it was going to be one of those days where it was going to be light on volume. I totally forgot it was Columbus Day. It made sense why the volume was so light. A lot of traders not trading on a holiday. So we did get this nice little red candle here. It is trying to hold underneath the VWAP, but as I say that, we're kind of popping up here. A little bit choppy here to get the day started. Again, we'll be patient. We'll look for a clear-cut trade here before we pull the trigger on anything. What I don't want to do is have a bunch of trades where it looks like it's going long and I'm going long, then it goes short, then I go short, then it goes long, and we kind of play that dancing game around the 9 and the 20 all day today, which it's kind of setting itself up where it's looking like it wants to do that here. So again, we'll be patient. We'll look for the clear-cut trades here and not trade back and forth sideways here all day. As you can see, we're getting pretty choppy here. Big red candle, looked like it was, gonna fall underneath that VWAP. We got the close underneath the VWAP. We got the close underneath the 200 moving average and a big green candle right behind it. The 9 is kind of crossed over the 20 here, showing a little bit of upward momentum. Again, I'm going to wait for one pullback or retest before I jump into this either way. So being a little bit more selective today just due to the fact that we've got a little bit of volatility on our hands, a little bit of choppiness. So 953 here in the market. Look like the market here. 9's getting above the 20 here, starting to show a little bit upward momentum. RSI is where I like it, right in that 50 range. So we've got upside potential here.
Order filled.
The jump in here, the long side, starting to see those buyers kind of step up here. I like that little lower shadow that we got. I'm going to put some limit orders around the VWAP in case we get like a strong pullback underneath it. But hopefully we can hold here. kind of after all this crazy volatility, not much going on here, just kind of sitting sideways, but we are looking bullish here. Again, we've got the 9 above the 20, above the VWAP, above the 200 moving average here. We got to get a move here soon, or I'm going to get out of this. I said I wanted to see this start to move. Like I said, just looking for a quick 100 bucks here on this trade. She's wanting to go. She's getting a little volume behind her.
Order filled.
So getting that pullback here, adding down here to that VWAP area. Now we got to see this quickly move back up here. You can see how volatile we are with these big pullbacks after these big moves on up here. See, hand on the trigger in case I got to close this out. I got one order here by the 200 moving average. I need to see this get back above that 9 or we'll have to cut this. Don't you take a big dive here. Looking a little weak here.
Order filled.
I'm gonna add one more here. Hand on the trigger in case I gotta close this out. We gotta start to see this at least move back above the VWAP here. It looks like it's going to be one of these days or it's just going to be a big chop fest, but let's see if we get a quick pump above that 200. Again, hand on the trigger. Very, very choppy. Stop loss set here.
Order filled.
We're going to get stopped out there. This is just getting real weak here. We're actually going to be looking to the short side. We're going to start the day off here with a $412 loss. Trade setup looked good here to the upside, but you can see the market just getting super weak. I'm not going to continue to hold this when the market's looking the way it's looking. Be looking to the short side here. Good thing we stopped out where we did. Getting big red candle coming underneath it. So definitely turned bearish all of a sudden here. Again, that big red candle coming in there. Now we're back below the VWAP. 9's underneath the 20, underneath the 200 moving average. Definitely starting to get a little bit of a sell-off here. Fortunately, that long did not work out for us. It looked like everything was clear selling, right? We were not above the 20, above the VWAP, above the 200 moving average. Looked like we were going to continue on higher here, and then those big short sellers came in and really blew the market down there. So again, had to respect that stop loss. Starting off, $412 loss.
Order filled.
Never fun, but we got some work to do here. But if we can nail a nice little short, get a nice little upper shadow here, get us filled, see the market continue on down, we can easily make that loss back here and have us a nice little green day. Again, you always want to limit the amount of losses you take. Again, I'm hoping it's not one of these days that I kind of alluded to here this morning where it's just like a big back and forth choppy market. We're just kind of dancing around key areas.
Order filled.
So we'll get filled here to the short side. So 2 contracts here to the short side, right underneath that 200 moving average.
Order filled.
So we're going to add here, because it's kind of popping up toward the 20 moving average here. So hopefully this upper shadow holds true here, right to that VWAP, and we see this really pump its way back down. We can get paid off here. Again, I'm being pretty aggressive where I'm looking to take these profits. Hopefully we're looking for another big red candle here. RSI right where I like it, right around the 50s. Gives us enough downside movement here. What I'm hoping for is kind of like what I alluded to before. We don't continue to just chop around here. I'm going to add here. Don't you do it, market. That's one to run here. Let's move some of these orders up. Again, it's wanting to dance here. Let's see if we can get this pullback in here. So now we got to be careful. We've already taken a loss on the day here. I kind of realize how choppy this market is. So we're going to need this to fall underneath that 200 moving average for me to feel comfortable to want to hold this short. So let's see. Let's see the big pullback come in here. The 9's still below the 20 moving average here, still showing weakness. Be great if we can close underneath this VWAP in 200 and really get the acceleration of the downside here. Trying to be patient with this move. But at the same time, don't want to take any unnecessary risk if this really starts to run here. Down. You know what we really need is one of those nice big red candles that come down and fill us all the way down here where the market flushes out. A trader can hope. Let's see, I do like how this is now more looking like a clear-cut short here. Again, we've seen the market be so choppy here. There's nothing to say this doesn't rally right back up. So this is the hard part as far as like, man, when do I really want to take profits? Am I being too greedy? Do I try to lock 287 up? Because if this goes against me,
Order filled.
we'll take a little bit of profit there. I'm just going to be safe with the rest and just have a stop loss back to break even. Look here for the next, here for the next, here for the next. I'm just going to take some profits up here to limit risk in case this shoots back up. So we're going to have either a small winner here or a pretty large winner. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be a winner. But we want to see this really start to accelerate to the downside here. Got the stop losses in on the way up to ensure that I take away profit on this trade. And of course, we are looking for the bigger move here to the downside. So come on, let's get this break toward the downside here. There's 300 in profit. Trying to be patient, looking for this to continue to accelerate toward the downside here. There we go, 337. Let's go a little bit more here.
Order filled.
There we go. There's 412, 300 left of profit here. Let's see this keep going down. I'm going to close out
Order
here.
filled.
Just because we took make sure all these orders are canceled. Just because we took a loss at the beginning of the day, I wanted to get back above. Well, I wanted to get back in the green here. So that's going to put us $50 in profit before commissions. After commissions, we're at 31 here. So kind of got back the loss to kind of start the day off here. So at least we're in the green. Green is good. Oh, there's the big. Always where I take profit, it wants to. Always the case, but hey, we're back up. So we're in $31 in the green here after commissions. Again, we'll continue to trade the market. Like I said, market got us in the beginning of the day here. This looked like a nice little, again, like we were going to get the nice little move to the upside here, right there. Again, this looked like the market. We had the 9 above the 20. Above the VWAP, above the 200, it looked like we were going to start to move to the upside, and then big red flush there. Continued to trend down. Built up a little short position right here as we were trying to break, and then we took our profits down here. Now the market really accelerating to the downside. But again, got back the loss here to start the day, which is nice. So back into the green. Now we'll look to add profits here on the day. Left a little money on the table where I did take the profit on that last trade, but again, wanted to ensure that we got back into the green, just because if this would have rallied back up, we would have took small profits there. We would still be down about $200-300, but now we're in a decent little spot here. Want to see this kind of rally back up toward this area, back toward that VWAP area, that 200 moving average. I feel comfortable adding a short there. We'll see if we can get that move. But market really pulling back here this morning. Want to check the news here real quick. Make sure I did not miss anything this morning. I see nothing. 2-star impacts here. I see nothing. Other than news at 11:30, but I'm not worried about 11:30 news. Yeah. 11 o'clock we do have news. But everything else looking good from that standpoint. So yeah, we're good here. Oof. Man, I wish I'm still holding on to that short, man. This thing is really accelerating to the downside after that big red candle that, again, taking our first loss of the day. But luckily, claimed it back. Again, we got to go with market conditions, right? Market conditions look like the market was going to rally. Again, that's why we took it long, right? 9 above the 20, above the VWAP, above the 200. It's a nice little trade set up there going to the long side, but then again, we got that big red candle there. You know, we had to respect the stop loss, which, again, good thing that we did. Imagine if we're still holding long here and just getting crushed. That's how you blow an account very quickly. So took the stop loss there, started the day off, 412 in the hole, but then the market was saying, hey, if we're gonna go short here, then that's the direction that we'll pick here. So, added into a nice little short. And they got that nice little short here again, leaving some money on the table because the market is continuing to go down here. But we are back into the green. Again, it's always rough when the first trade of the day kind of starts you off in a hole. So you feel like you have to dig yourself out of it. But now we're just looking for the next trade up here. 10:14 here in the market. So again, we're up a massive $31 in profit here after kind of starting in the hole this morning. Again, going to look for the market to have a little bit of recovery here. Not enough risk versus reward to try to short at these areas. RSI's into the 31, so we're already a little oversold. Want to see the market kind of retrace a little bit, really back to that VWAP 200 moving average. If we get that big of a push, would be some decent little shorting areas. Just uploaded the YouTube video from Friday. I've got the one, I'll upload the one from yesterday here after the streaming session. Again, yesterday $640 of profit. Very slow moving market on a holiday, but we were able to grab a decent little day there. And then today I'll have this uploaded most likely in the morning tomorrow or later tonight. So 1017 here in the market. Oh man, breaking news. Devontae Adams is going to get traded to the Jets. So again, right now I'm just waiting for the market here. Don't want to short at this area. Again, we're RSI 36, not enough risk versus reward, even though we're getting rejected off that 9 moving average. I want to see this run up at least to the 20 moving average, a little bit above it. I'm really looking for these key areas, that 200 moving average VWAP area for the short here. That's where I would feel comfortable taking it. Potential short here if we close. Potentially thinking about taking that, but I don't think the risk versus rewards there. Not with the RSI and the 42s, but was potentially looking if this closes below the 9 for a short. Still just I don't know if it's there. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze on that. Again, I'd still rather this pop up toward these key areas here. Again, we'll wait for our next opportunity. Want to be smart here. Right now, not much going on, just kind of continuing a little bit of a downtrend again. We'll look for the market to recover a little bit before we pull the trigger on the shorts if the setup's there. really not much going on here. Looking for some volume volatility to take advantage of. 1026 here in the market. Again, we'll be patient. We'll look for the next move here. Again, kind of starting the day off one for one loss, one winner. Luckily, the winner was a little bit bigger than the loser, so we are up after commissions $31, before commissions $50 here. Again, we'll sit back, be patient, look for the next opportunity in the market. So market's starting to accelerate to the downside here. Again, the juice just ain't was not worth the squeeze trying to take it off that 20 moving average. Again, we'll look for still looking for opportunities out there. We'll just have to be patient for the market to give us a better setup here. Again, nice little short. Man, wish I was still holding those 5 contracts to the short side here. Or actually, no, I think it was 3. Yeah, 3 contracts to the short side. So this is really paying off. Market really accelerating to the downside. But at the same token, there, where we went long here this morning, also a good thing that we had a stop loss in place. Because ever since when the market looked like it wanted to switch and go long, again, the setup was there. The 9's above the 20, above the VWAP, above the 200. Looked like the market was going to start to move higher. And we got that big red candle flush right behind it. Again, good thing that we took the stop loss there. Because if we're still holding this to the short side, that is no bueno. So 1031 here in the market. Again, the market continuing to pull back here. RSI to the 24s here. Definitely getting oversold again. Going to be looking for a better trade setup. Again, we're kind of 1 for 1 on the day here. One loss to start the day off. One winner right behind it. Pretty much sitting break even. We're up $31 after commissions. But want to be smart on the next trade. Again, we want to look for a clear, nice little setup. Now, could say, taking the short there off the 20. Of course, hindsight's always 2020 in the market, right? Oops. Let's move this over here. Hindsight always 2020 in the market. That seemed to be the best setup there, taking the short off the 20 moving average. But again, the juice just wasn't worth the squeeze. The reason why is RSI right around that point was into the 40s, not really into the 50s where I like it, where you get, a lot of big down movement, even though we've gotten it here. Then again, I felt more comfortable if it did pop above the 20 moving average. Really looking to short into these key areas, which is going to be the VWAP and the 200 moving average. That's really the trade that I was looking for, was right into here. Would have gave us kind of the best, possible outcome, as far as if we went short there, and we got the pullback, we would have had a nice little profit there, and if it went against us and started to run, we would be able to limit that loss as best as we could. Right here was a little bit too risky for me. But again, hindsight always 2020, right? That 20 moving average has been the best short to take, as far as profitability on the day. But again, I'm always looking at things from a risk versus reward standpoint, and that trade just wasn't there for me. So we've got to sit back, be patient. Again, we'll look for the next trade opportunity here, and we still got a long trading day here, about 30 minutes left. So hopefully we can get another setup here and be able to profit off of it, and hopefully make more than $31 here on the day. All right, market really pulling back here. RSI is down in the 15s. Very rare do you see RSI get this low. We could potentially see single digits within the RSI as far as being an oversold indication. But man, very interesting, man. Congrats if anybody took, a short off that 20 moving average. Man, it's almost painful to watch knowing you had a nice little, had a lot of contracts on the short side there. Then again, where do you take profit here? Because there's no like big area of support. I mean, all the way down to 58.40 on the ES would be the next area of support. But man, talk about a sell-off here in the market. Again, we'll sit back. We'll be patient. We're looking for the next opportunity here. It's 10:35 here in the market. Again, we're going to have to look for some type of retracement here to get a nice little short in. All right, this sell-off's a little crazy here. RSI is at 13 right now, just getting worse. The markets are getting pounded to the short side again. Whoa, man, it's painful to see knowing the position that I was in earlier. But whoo, we'll see. We get some type of recovery in here. We'll look to short. I mean, this is definitely the clear-cut direction here in the market. Man, big opportunity missed though, not holding on to that short longer. But again, it's kind of hard to like, hey, where are you going to take profit? I mean, I don't know if I'm going to wait all the way down to 58, 39, 40 is the area here on this SPY that would have some type of support. But again, we still got about 20 minutes of the trading day here. We need, and this has got to have some type of recovery in here. Then we can look to short and follow the market down. So getting a little pump here off the bottom. We'll see what we do here. Again, I'm going to be looking for this to kind of run a little bit past that 20 moving average here. Get the RSI into the 50s or so. Because the only thing about taking a short here is if the market, we get a big gap above the 20 moving average all the way up to that volume weighted average price. So if we do look to go short, we want to be a little selective here. It's 10:47 here in the market. I am looking for at least one more trade here so we can walk away with more than 31 bucks on the day. But at the same time, I also don't want to walk away red. So I'm going to be subjective here. I really look for a good opportunity to short. I mean, if we reject here off the 20 and we close below the 9, potentially we could look to short. Just because the market's been so weak to the downside. But again, we'll sit here. We'll be patient. We'll look. Hopefully we get a nice little opportunity here. Right now, kind of in between the 20 and 9 moving average here. So let's see if we can get another decent trade in here. Looking for this setup to come in. So kind of, again, between that 9 and 20 moving average here. Let's see where the market goes from this point. Kind of 50-50, whether this starts to break out toward that volume weighted average price or if we get the breakdown below the 9 and continue to downtrend. Kind of looking for both here. Let's see here. Got about 40 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if this wants to hold below that 9. 10:52. Got about 8 minutes left in the trading day. Gonna want to see this setup come in before we take it. If not, we might walk away with 31 bucks on the day. Buyers kind of stepping in. Again, we do have a nice gap to fill toward the upside. Again, all the way up to that VWAP area, that 5901 area. On the SPY, that's going to be the 583.35 area. Starting to get a little bit of volume to the upside here. RSI right at 50. Again, but at the same time, we could see this fail. Then if we start to trend to the downside, again, that's also a good short setup. So we're kind of waiting for the long setup or the short setup here. I don't care which one, as long as we get some type of setup in here. I'm going to put some short orders right along that VWAP area in case this has a quick run up. So we can see this run up real quick, get filled, and then come right back down. Not starting to get where it wants to cross underneath the 20, but again, we're still below the VWAP and the 200 moving average. Again, I'd like to see a quick run up to these key areas. Let's see, are we going to get this? Are we going to get this move? 10:55, 5 minutes here. Again, what I want to see is I want to see the volume come in quick, fill us here, drop right back down. If it starts slowly grinding up to that area, I'll cancel these limit orders up here, because I don't want to see the slow grind. RSI 56 here. Again, you can look at both ways. You could actually look to go long here for the move up to the VWAP. And if it does come back down, retest the 9 and 20 and holds, I may be looking to go long for a push back up toward volume weighted average price. But really what I would ultimately like to see is like volume come in very quickly, fill that gap, or everybody's taking profits, that's where we short, and then see it come right back down. But we'll see. We'll see which one we get here. It's 10:57 here in the market. I don't want to force a trade either, just because I'm only up $31 on the day. But we'll see what the market gives us. Again, looking for like a big green candle to come in, fill us on the short side. I may get it here.
Order
I'm
filled.
going to jump into the short side here with a tight stop loss. All right, looking for the market to continue to pull back here. One contract here, short. We'll look to add if it punches its way back up here. Like I said, market's been downtrending all day. Should get a nice little pullback into here. Again, didn't quite get to that VWAP area. Like I said, we were looking either way, but once we got these big red candles in here, it's pretty clear that the market may want to continue to go lower here. Looking for about a $287 profit if we get the big sell-off. Again, I wouldn't mind the market pushing back up and adding to my position here to the short side before its next leg on down. We'll be patient here. It's right at 11 o'clock. I don't want to trade too far past 11. That's typically my cutoff right around there, but we're already in this position. We'll try to maximize this. And on the trigger to close this. Okay, I want to see a little bit bigger of a pullback here. If we can get this profit target here, then we'll at least walk away with 300. I'll be okay with that, especially starting off the day off negative 400. Let's see here. Do you like the setup? Again, we are at past 11 o'clock.
Order filled.
I'm going to add here. Ooh, wanted to add right there at the 20 moving average, didn't quite get it.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, we're going to add 4 here. Now we're looking for the big upper shadow to come in and flush down. We're going to take
Order
that.
filled.
We're going to take that. This may continue to flush down. I'm going to lock that up. It's past 11 o'clock. I don't want to be stuck in like a crazy trade in case it starts to go against us here. Still good set up there to hold, but I'm going to take that. 4 contracts there. Just going to close that out. That's going to put us 312.50 after or before commissions. After commissions 284. So kind of a crazy day, right? So at least we had, we went 2 for 3 today. First loss was right around 412, and the second win put us up $30. So we made about 450 on the second trade, and then that was a quick like 280 something here. Puts us up again 284 after commissions. I'm gonna take that. A little bit of crazy of a trading day. Congrats if anybody held some shorts here because the market really paid off. If you were holding to the short side. So congrats if anybody had better patience than I did. Really held this to the short side and took away some big profits. Leaving a little bit of money on the table here today. But, green is green. I'm going to take that. Again, 284 after commissions here. Kind of crazy for trading day. Like I said, we had a nice little long setup that came and that bit us in the ass. Right here looking to go long. And we had that big red flush, But again, hindsight always 2020 with this. Luckily, we had stop losses in place. Could you imagine if we didn't have a stop loss in place and we're holding long and this market just destroys you to the long side? So, again, can't stress enough how important it is to have stop losses in your trading plan. Not letting trades just go crazy against you. But we had, took a loss there. Then we went short here, covered a little bit there, and then kind of put us up again, $31 after commissions. Then that big trail down here. Then we got kind of a push above. But as soon as I saw it kind of break that structure between the 9, kind of going underneath the 20, just went short right there. And if it popped up, which it did, it was going to add along the 9, the 20, and a little bit above it. So added there with 4 contracts. And as it pulled back down, instead of just kind of being past 11 o'clock, I didn't want to try to hold out on this, for the next move to the downside. Just rather take my profits, move on, and come back and fight for tomorrow. So, again, Monday, 640 on the day. After commissions today, 284. So, puts us up a little bit, over $700 here, for the week. So not too bad, for 2 hours of work here. Hopefully we have some bigger days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, kind of, end out the week here. But that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys made a little bit of money today. I will see you guys back tomorrow, 9:45 as always. And have a good one. Peace.